of Brian Kohberger is that there was so much blood at the crime scene, and there had to have been blood splatter and blood cast off, and that had to get on the clothes of the killer and the shoes of the killer. And based on, according to these documents, they say based on the phone records and the locations that he went afterwards, we believe that he could have gone straight home after this. And this is what we're asking for. So we weren't sure, everybody, what they were asking for. They asked for blood or other bodily fluid, knives, sheaths, or other sharp objects, images of the 4 students that were killed, and data showing any planning that he might have done or how to carry this off. Now let's show you what they took. And this is the return from the search warrant affidavit. They took a collection of dark red cuttings from the pillow of reddish brown stain, a pair of mattress covers with the stains, several hair strands, an animal hair strand. Remember, there was a dog. Kaylee had her dog there. A nitrate type black glove, and store receipts, a Dickies tag. Dickies, of course, is a long-standing store for workwear, right? And I looked on their website, a lot of dark clothes for the workwear. But this is significant. And also, they did some presumptive testing at the scene, which, being in courtrooms for so many years, I can tell you, is at the scene they can do a presumptive test to determine if it might be blood. And they took those with them. So I think that's an indication what presumptive testing may have shown right there. And then also, I think the nitrate glove is fascinating because we know the DNA of the killer was on the knife sheath, but it wasn't from a glove because they got DNA. You can't get DNA from the glove. You get it from the finger, right? Or the hand or some body part. So it's interesting that they took that glove. And we didn't see in the search warrant affidavit that any glove was found at the scene, but they thought possibly we could get something.
What a fascinating list, both of what they got and what they were after.
Yes.
Dean Casares, thank you very much for that reporting. With us now is criminal defense attorney Ashley Merchant. Ashley, thanks so much for being with us. So you just heard that list of what they got. What do you think the most important thing now is that they have in their hands?
The glove and the hair. And I think the glove is important because if they can put any of the victim's skin cells on that glove, maybe on the outside of the glove, they can also test for fingerprints and skin cells on the inside of the glove. So if they could find their suspect's skin cell on that glove, or a partial palm print or a partial fingerprint or something like that, and then they've got the victim's skin cells on it, that's going to make their case for them because that connects the two and there's no other connection. Why would Kohberger be in that home? Why would he have an item that shares skin cell? The other thing that I think is important is the hair. Did the hair have any roots attached? If it did, they can get DNA from it. Did he have some transfer DNA from those victims that he brought home with him? And so we're not just looking at blood, we're also looking for things like transfer DNA because we're to the point in science that we can actually get DNA off of skin cells. And that's one of those things that, I mean, you can drop a skin cell very easily. If you shake someone's hand, you transfer your DNA to their hand. And so that's what they're really looking for, this trace type DNA.
Ashley, we also know that Kohberger's lawyers waived his preliminary hearing until June. What, if anything, does that tell you?
I thought that was very telling because that's not something that we normally do as defense counsel, especially if we have a client that we believe is innocent. We want to have that hearing as soon as possible, and they're allowed to have it, or they're actually required to have it within 14 days. And that's one of those hearings that if they don't have enough evidence, your client goes free. Your client either gets a bond or they're out while they're trying to investigate more. So the fact that they waived this hearing up until June, that is a very long time to waive the hearing. That tells me that they think that there might be some more evidence, and that also tells me that they may be talking with the prosecutor about trying to resolve this case somehow.